Welcome everyone. Today I want you to stop whatever you're doing and ask yourself one simple question. When was the last time you gave up on something important? When was the last time you said, I can't do this, and walked away? Maybe it was learning English. Maybe it was starting a business. Maybe it was getting in shape, finding love, or chasing a dream. We've all done it. We've all quit when things got difficult. But what if I told you that the difference between people who win and people who lose has nothing to do with talent, money, or luck? What if I told you that the only difference is one simple thing: persistence? Today, I'm going to tell you why persistence wins everything. I'm going to show you the real stories of people who were ready to quit but decided to try one more time. And that one more time changed their entire life. This isn't just about motivation. This is about the most powerful force in human achievement: the refusal to give up. If you want to learn English while building mental strength, if you want stories that will change your mindset and your vocabulary, subscribe to this channel right now. We teach English through the power of human determination. So let's begin. Let's discover why persistence always wins. Let me teach you something they don't teach in school: the mathematics of persistence. Most people think success is about being smart, being talented, or being lucky. But the truth is much simpler and much more powerful. Success is about lasting longer than everyone else. Think about it like this. Imagine 100 people start a race. By mile 5, 50 people quit. By mile 10, 75 people have given up. By mile 15, 90 people are done. By mile 20, 95 people have walked away, but 5 people keep going. And by mile 25, maybe only 2 people are left. And by mile 30, there's just 1 person still running. That person doesn't win because they're the fastest. They win because they're the last one standing. This is exactly what happens in life. When you start learning English, thousands of people start with you. But after 1 month, half of them quit. After 3 months, 80% are gone. After 6 months, 95% have given up. But if you keep going, if you persist, if you refuse to quit, you automatically join the top 5% of English learners in the world. Here's the secret. Your competition isn't other people. Your competition is time. Your competition is discouragement. Your competition is the voice in your head that says, this is too hard. The person who persists the longest wins. Always. Most people quit right before the breakthrough. They give up on day 99 of a 100-day journey. They stop trying right before the miracle happens. Don't be most people. Be the one who keeps going when everyone else stops. Let me tell you about a man who understood persistence better than anyone. His name was Harlan Sanders, but the world knows him as Colonel Sanders from KFC. At age 40, Sanders was running a small gas station in Kentucky. He cooked chicken for travelers using his special recipe with 11 herbs and spices. People loved his chicken, but his business wasn't making much money. When he was 50, a new highway was built that bypassed his gas station. His business died overnight. He was broke, living on Social Security, getting just $105 a month. Most people would retire and accept defeat. But Sanders had an idea. He thought, my chicken recipe is amazing. Maybe I can sell it to restaurants. So at age 65, he put his recipe, some cooking equipment, and his dreams into his old car and started driving across America. He would walk into restaurants and offer to cook his chicken for free. If they liked it, they would pay him a percentage of their chicken sales. The first restaurant said no, the second restaurant said no, the third, fourth, fifth all said no. Sanders kept driving. He slept in his car. He used public bathrooms to wash himself. He ate cheap food to save money. People looked at this old man and thought he was crazy. Restaurant after restaurant rejected him. 100 rejections, 200 rejections, 500 rejections, 800 rejections. Most people would have quit after 10 rejections. Sanders got 1,009 rejections before someone finally said yes. 1,009 times someone told him his idea was worthless. 1,009 times someone said no to his dream. But he kept going. Finally, restaurant number 1010 tried his chicken and loved it. They agreed to his deal. Then another restaurant said yes. Then another. Within a few years, hundreds of restaurants were using his recipe. Sanders became a millionaire. Today, KFC has over 24,000 restaurants in 145 countries. The man who was rejected 1,009 times became one of the most successful entrepreneurs in history. Imagine if he had quit after rejection 1008. The world would never have known about KFC. But he didn't quit. He persisted one more time. How many times have you quit after just a few rejections? How many dreams have you abandoned after just a few failures? Remember Colonel Sanders when you want to give up. Remember that your breakthrough might be just one more try away. Let me tell you about the Chinese bamboo tree. This tree teaches us the most important lesson about persistence and patience. When you plant a Chinese bamboo seed, something strange happens. You water it every day. You take care of it every day. You give it sunlight and nutrients every day. But nothing happens. For one entire year, you see nothing. No growth. No leaves. No sign of life. Just dirt. Most people would think the seed is dead. Most people would give up and plant something else. But if you keep watering it, keep caring for it, something amazing happens in the second year. Still nothing visible grows. The seed seems dead. Third year, nothing. Fourth year, still nothing. After 4 years of daily care with no visible results, 99% of people would quit. They would say, "This is impossible. This seed is worthless." But in the 5th year, something miraculous happens. The bamboo tree doesn't just grow. It explodes. It grows 90 feet tall in just 6 weeks. Did the tree really grow 90 feet in 6 weeks? Or did it grow 90 feet in 5 years? The truth is, during those 4 years when nothing was visible, the tree was building its root system underground. It was growing where nobody could see. It was preparing for the explosion that would come later. This is exactly how persistence works in your life. When you're learning English, there will be days when you feel like you're making no progress. Weeks when you study hard but don't see improvement. Months when you feel like giving up. But underground in your brain, connections are forming. Patterns are building. Your English is growing where you can't see it. The breakthrough will come. But only if you keep watering your dreams. Only if you persist through the invisible growth period. Most people quit in year 2 or 3. They don't realize they're just months away from their breakthrough. Don't be like most people. Be like the bamboo tree. Grow your roots deep through persistence, and when your time comes, you'll explode with success. Here's the most powerful phrase in the English language for achieving anything you want. One more. One more page when you want to stop reading. One more repetition when you want to quit exercising. One more attempt when you want to give up. One more conversation in English when you feel embarrassed. The magic happens in the one more. Let me tell you about a study they did with weightlifters. Scientists wanted to know what separated good athletes from great athletes. They found something incredible. When good athletes felt tired, they stopped. But great athletes had a different rule. When they felt tired, they did one more repetition. Just one more. That one more rep seemed small, but over time, it created a massive difference. The great athletes became 50% stronger than the good athletes, just because of one more. This principle works in everything. When you're learning English and you feel frustrated, do one more lesson. When you want to stop speaking practice, have one more conversation. When you think about quitting, try one more day. I know a woman who was learning English for business meetings. She was shy, scared, always nervous when speaking. She wanted to quit many times, but she had a rule. Every time she wanted to give up, she would speak English to one more person. Just one more person each day. Some days, she would speak to a shopkeeper. Other days, she would ask directions from a stranger. She would order food in English, ask questions in English, practice with anyone who would listen. After 6 months of one more person every day, something amazing happened. Her confidence exploded. Her English became fluent. She got promoted at work because of her communication skills. She told me, "The breakthrough didn't happen on day 1 or day 100. It happened on all the days when I wanted to quit but chose to try one more time." Your breakthrough is hiding behind one more try, one more day, one more attempt, one more effort. When you want to quit anything in life, remember these 2 words. One more. Let me tell you the most painful words in the English language. What if I had kept going? I want you to imagine yourself 10 years from now, looking back at today. Imagine you're fluent in English, successful in your career, living the life you always dreamed of. But then you remember this moment, right now, when you almost gave up on learning English, and you think, what if I had quit? Where would I be now? Now imagine the opposite. Imagine 10 years from now, you're still struggling with English. You're still frustrated, still limited by language barriers. And you remember this moment, right now, when you had the chance to persist but chose to quit instead. Which person do you want to be? I've met thousands of people in my life, and I can tell you something true. People don't regret the things they failed at while trying. They regret the things they never tried at all. I've never met someone who said, I regret that I kept trying. But I've met hundreds of people who said, I regret that I gave up. The quitter's regret is the worst pain in the world because it lasts forever. Success pain is temporary, it hurts while you're struggling, but it ends when you succeed. Regret pain is permanent, it hurts forever because you'll always wonder what if. Let me tell you about James, a student I taught 5 years ago. He was learning English to move to Canada. The process was difficult. The grammar was hard. The speaking was scary. The listening was confusing. After 6 months, James wanted to quit. He said, maybe English isn't for me. Maybe I should just stay in my country and accept my current life. I told him about persistence. I told him about bamboo trees and Colonel Sanders. I told him about one more. James decided to persist, not because it was easy, but because giving up would hurt more than continuing. Today, James lives in Toronto. He has a great job, a beautiful family, and opportunities he never imagined. He calls me sometimes and says, thank you for teaching me persistence. My entire life changed because I didn't quit. But I also remember Sarah. She was in the same class as James. She had the same opportunities, the same support, the same potential. But after 4 months, she quit. She said, this is too hard. I'll try again later. That was 5 years ago. Sarah is still in the same place, with the same problems, living the same limited life. Last year, she messaged me and said, I wish I had listened to you. I wish I hadn't given up. My life would be completely different now. 2 students, same teacher, same opportunity. One persisted, one quit, one transformed their life, one stayed the same. Which story do you want to be yours? Here's something most people don't understand. Persistence isn't a talent you're born with. Persistence is a skill you can develop. Just like you can train your muscles to be stronger, you can train your mind to persist longer. And just like physical training, mental training requires practice. Here's how to build your persistence muscle. Start small. If you want to study English for 2 hours a day but you keep quitting after 20 minutes, don't try to jump to 2 hours immediately. Instead, commit to 25 minutes. When 25 minutes becomes easy, try 30 minutes. When 30 becomes easy, try 35. Your persistence muscle grows gradually, just like your physical muscles. Create persistence triggers. Decide right now what you'll do when you want to quit. Will you take a 5-minute break and then continue? Will you remind yourself why you started? Will you do just one more exercise? Having a plan for difficult moments makes persistence automatic instead of accidental. Celebrate small wins. Every day you don't quit is a victory. Every lesson you complete is progress. Every conversation you have in English is growth. Don't wait for perfect fluency to feel proud. Be proud of persistence itself. Track your streak. Write down how many days in a row you've practiced English. When you see 7 days, then 14 days, then 30 days, you'll be motivated to keep the streak alive. Breaking a 50-day streak feels painful, so you'll work harder to maintain it. Remember your why. When persistence gets difficult, remember why you started learning English. Is it for a better job? For travel? For family? For personal growth? Your why must be stronger than your why not. Find persistence partners. Surround yourself with people who don't let you quit. People who encourage you when you're struggling. People who remind you of your goals when you forget them. Finally, understand this truth. Every expert was once a beginner who refused to give up. Every fluent English speaker was once someone who could barely say hello. Every successful person was once someone who wanted to quit but chose to persist instead. You're not different from them. You're not less capable. You're not less deserving. The only difference is whether you quit or continue. Listen to me carefully. Maybe you're struggling with English right now. Maybe you feel like giving up. Maybe you think you're not making progress fast enough. But I want you to remember something powerful. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. You can't change the past. You can't go back and start earlier, but you can start today. You can choose persistence today. You can decide that this time will be different. Your future self is watching you right now. They're hoping you don't give up. They're hoping you persist through the difficult days. They're hoping you become the person you're capable of being. J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before publishing Harry Potter. Colonel Sanders was rejected 1,009 times before building KFC. The bamboo tree grows for 4 years underground before exploding 90 feet tall. Your breakthrough is coming, but only if you persist. Only if you keep going when everyone else quits. Only if you choose one more instead of I'm done. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams. I believe that you have the strength to persist through anything. But believing in you isn't enough. You must believe in yourself. You must choose persistence over comfort. You must choose growth over safety. So take action today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Study one more lesson. Speak one more sentence. Try one more time. Because persistence always wins, and winners never quit. Thank you for listening to this lesson about the power of persistence. If this motivated you, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe for more lessons that will strengthen your English and your mindset. Remember, your breakthrough is hiding behind your next attempt. Keep going. Your future self will thank you. See you in the next lesson. Keep persisting. Keep fighting. Keep winning.